I'm actually very happy to note that most developers have observed sustainability, and these are attested by the GBI and the Q-LASIC certification.
This year, what we're looking for are developments by developers that not only cater to the needs of today, but also to the needs of the people who will be living and using the buildings for the next several years. So we are looking for developers who are unique in their design, innovative in implementation of that design, and making it very user-friendly.
To win a project, developer and development have to be distinctively different from the rest. Apart from that, they have to give a quality product. Not only that, they are also able to sustain in terms of value creation, in terms of investment to the user and also to the investor at large.
So basically what we would be looking at both a developer and a development would be something which is unique but creates a lot of excitement. When I look at it, I'll be like, oh wow, I want to live in that area. That's what we want to look at.
Looking at the developer and also development to become a winner, I think the most important thing is something that really can offer in terms of the uniqueness of the development, and also in terms of something that really can create quality living and quality environment.
The engagement with people is not just about designing the building, developing a building, a township, but how the development engage with communities, engaging with people and environment as well. So these are the things that we look into in every aspect of the development.
Based on what I saw, the submission all are very, very competitive and very compelling. But of course, to me, when you see we go for those developers who go the extra mile into the details of the development, right? And what are the edge they can give compared to other developers, right? Those who have something extra, the edge, something more unique. That's where I think we think that they are people who are more compelling.
Innovation is something that we're truly looking out for. And the main reason is because the customers demand of it.
The demand of the knowledgeable buyer have made developer require more innovation in their product. Not just in the olden day, a simple product like auto TV, auto gate and so forth. They go beyond that. We are looking at the different era of generation. They require a lot more IT savvy product that should be introduced to the property, like where you can view the security of your house through a remote control, and even able to set up your aircon way before you reach home. So these are the features that new generation of buyer expect from the real estate product.
I believe innovation is key to many things. It can be innovation of design, innovation of technology. The whole idea of innovation in every different aspect, I think, is key to creating something which is very unique and appealing to a lot of people.
I think now people are talking about what we call the Industrial Revolution 4, and we are also looking at the game changer.
Innovation not just become the attraction for the property, but innovation also will lead into the improvement of the technology and also the methodology for future development, and how the future living in urban, for example, the urban living with more innovation, more creation, the urban living can be improved in the future.
Well, I think in terms of the innovation, it depends on what our development, right? For example, let's say if you are, let's say, high-rise, iconic development sort of thing, right? But of course, for example, some things, for example, is it maybe like IoT or some of those ICT initiative, right? So it depends what type of development, right? So it varies.
I believe that there are currently two trends running concurrently. The first one is actually the affordable housing range. Most developers are building products to actually meet the market demand for this particular segment. The other one is actually for a growing population that's getting a bit older. So developers are building things that will cater towards this group that will be needing different kinds of services and solutions as they get older in age.
This year, as the trend emerged, we have seen a lot more product that come with the affordable concept. So this is in line with the need of the masses. They require a lot more affordable home. So I commended most of the developers who have answered the demand of the masses to develop more affordable housing.
I think what we've seen so far, especially in the emerging markets and trends, is that a lot of development out of KL is happening. And another thing would be a lot of developers now are providing a lot of extra services. There seems to be a lot more facilities in all these properties. So I guess that has created quite a bit of buzz and excitement as well to not only us, but I think potential buyers as well.
The emerging current trend is also looking at the psychology and also sustainability of certain projects. So these are emerging things that happen currently the trend for the development. As we notice that the needs and demands of the users change, and these changes need to be addressed carefully in all the development. And I think these are things that we experience when we start looking at all the shortlisted projects.
Everybody is competing now, but the level of awareness on environmental, I think, now has improved a lot. So the buyers, it's not just the developer, even the buyer now, they are demanding the product which has more concern on environmental impact and also the social impact.
The current trend is that I think, of course, it's more security. I think in terms of high-rise condominium, I think security is more or less given or expected. But I think now the trends are also, for example, landed. Those developers are talking about gated and guarded, and also providing patrolling and all kind of things. So some things we are more and more are into that concept. And the other part I think now is developers are very careful in terms of the environment, how to maintain what I call after expedition, and also how to become sustainability on the development. So our rainwater harvesting, some things to take care of environment. So these are more things on the emerging or current trend in the market.
Moving forward, my expectations for the property developments in Malaysia will incorporate even more technology as it becomes more accessible and more affordable. Developers who want to differentiate themselves would probably include more technological products to increase efficiency in how the buildings are used, managed, and even executed. So all in all, with more technology, it is hoped that prices become even more within the grasp of normal Malaysians.
I believe the expectation for a property market will fall on various factors. One, of course, would be pricing. The second would be, again, creating something unique, which is appealing and eye-catching to potential buyers. But also, at the end of the day, I believe it is important for us to create that innovation and connectivity, especially between the various factors which are available.
I believe property always been a long-term investment. The affordable level of the property need to be contained in the long term. My only hope that the level of the appreciation will be able to maintain a very much sustainable level in line with the growth of the salary, so all the rakyat will be able to have a roof over their head.
Our expectation is looking at the property development in Malaysia, as I mentioned earlier, that things change, the whole scenario change, the what we call the market driven is change in terms of the needs and demands of people change. So the expectations of the peoples is very high in terms of the environment, the social, the economics aspect of each development. At the same time, the expectation is also something that are affordable to the publics to own the property, and at the same time, in order for the development to take into consideration, as I mentioned, the quality living and also the quality environment.
I think it is a very good sign that improve in terms of the acceptance of the buyers and also public, that with this kind of acceptance that there's more product can be introduced into the market, and more with more innovation can be introduced to the market, where I think the buyers now are ready, if not fully ready, but I think most of the buyers now willing to invest more to get more value property.
Things are getting moving very fast, and I think your top development, yes, you can say maybe well, a lot of developers are going to a kind of TOD, transport-oriented development, where people are on a fast move. People try not to drive to work. They rely on the public transport like MRT, LRT. So a lot going to this TOD development, right?